Hi everyone, welcome to Sacred Star Tarot. This is Corinne and today's a pick a card reading to get an urgent message from Spirit and what to expect for the next 7 days. So pile number 1, we have the Lion, Higher Calling, and the stone is Selenite. Pile number 2, we have the Cat, Independent, and the stone is amethyst. And for pile number 3, we have the eagle, mastery, and rose quartz. So take a deep breath, see which card is most calling you, and that will be your reading. Hi, pile number 1, you've chosen the Lion and Higher Calling. What a strong card. I can already get the feeling of your energy from this card. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. Beautiful. And what I'm getting from this is a very protective energy and a strength. So maybe you've had to be strong for others around you. And we're going to find out a little bit more of what Spirit wants you to know, and especially for this week ahead. But I feel the strength and that majesty in this card, which is amazing. If you've got any Leo placements, that might be a sign as well. But even if you don't, it's like you're stepping into that strength and that protective energy. So you might be in a role that you're protecting other people around you or even yourself. You know, sometimes we have to stand up and be strong to defend what's ours and protect ourselves. But let's get some more from your tarot so that we can get a guidance from Spirit for you and the messages for the week ahead. So Spirit, what do we have for pile number 1? An urgent message and a message for the week ahead. I hope you're really, really well. Now, of course, with every reading, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You'll know if it's your reading and the messages because you'll feel it. But if you've chosen pile number 1, you're here for a reason. So let's find out. Okay. And the calling is also from this card to make really noble choices. So that's stay in your integrity. Okay, lovely. Exactly. Boy, do we have confirmation. Okay. Wonderful. All right, pile number 1. You're coming into the week, or your current energy is the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is a great start to you, and it makes sense with this Higher Calling and Lion card, because the Queen of Wands, I love her because she's really balanced in the sense that she has her energy, vitality. She is aligned with her spirit because she's following her passion. You know, the wands are like your soul's calling, your energy levels, your passion in life. And the feminine aspect of this is so beautiful because it's really giving me the feeling of being in touch with your spirit. And you know, likely if you're in this energy, you're going to be feeling really energized as well. But what I'm getting from that is you're coming in to the week, or where you are at the moment, you're feeling very clear. You know what your passion is, and maybe you know what your higher calling is. For others of you, it will be knowing what direction you're taking. Okay, you're crystal clear. This is what needs to happen. And you've got the energy behind you, you've got the strength behind you, and you're in a really good space, a very strong energy. Then you have the Three of Wands. So another Wands energy. Now the Three of Wands we can see in the picture that is looking out onto the horizon. So now that I'm feeling you've got an idea, or you know what you want to do, and now you're looking out at all the possibilities and the options available. But we're going to delve a bit deeper so that we can get some more clarity on this. After the Three of Wands, you have the Justice card. Now, the Justice is about seeing the truth. And what I'm getting for some of you in pile number 1 is this whole reading or week is about finding justice. Now, when I say that, it's in the positive. You know, justice is not retribution. It's not vindictive. With this card, we can see, you know, this card represents fairness and equality. It also represents karma, you know, that spiritual law of karma, that when you do the right thing, right things will come back. You know, there is a natural justice of the universe, and we may not see the justice happen at the time of a trauma, an injustice, but the checks and balances of the universe means that eventually that good karma and justice will prevail. And for the week ahead, pile number 1, the message for you is to stay strong, stay in integrity with whatever you're doing, and knowing that justice and truth and rightness will come back to you. So this will be a very different scenario. What I'm getting is this will be a very different scenario for each person. So for some of you, it may be that there was an injustice done to you, and this is saying, look at your options, possibly move on or take action, but deep down know, and Spirit wants you to feel reassured that justice will prevail. The truth will be revealed. And if you stay in your strength and you stay in your integrity, everything will be fine. For others of you, this will be about following your passion and your higher calling. So Spirit wants you to reevaluate your life and what you're doing. And if you know that, say, a work situation isn't right for you, you're not satisfied or happy, the message is to stay strong. Go for your dreams, go for what you want, and know that, you know, if you put an action into place and you decide, I want something better, then, you know, and you've been a really good person, you've done the right thing all of your life, then the good outcome, you'll get the justice and the good outcome. So that'll be a separate message. So let's find out a little bit more for you. Okay. So let's get some clarity on this Three of Wands, because it looks like through the next week you'll be looking out at your options. Oh, wow. Okay. Whoa. This is amazing. You have the Judgment card with the Star card. Now, for some of you, if you're going through an injustice or a conflict, I think you're staying really strong, you're staying centered, you're staying in your integrity. And this is confirmation that everything will come out okay. For others of you, if it's about following your calling, that you're looking at your options, you feel like there's more for me. I know that my spirit, my soul is here for something different, then, you know, that is confirmation that your wish will be fulfilled. So that is incredibly positive. I think for a lot of you, this will be an injustice, and it's about knowing that justice will prevail. Things will work out all right in the end. And the cards are absolutely confirming that. So if you're, going through a difficulty, Spirit is really confirming to you that don't worry, everything is going to be okay. Stay strong. And I can see that you are staying strong, with that lion energy, that protective energy. So let's get some more on this. Okay, so let's find out a bit more about justice. So the checks and balances of the universe. It's such a beautiful understanding that, when you do the right thing in life, even though short term it looks like things aren't going in your favor, eventually they turn out. And that's really important because it's easy when things aren't working or an injustice has been done and we get hurt, we feel fear, we feel abandonment or loss, and that injustice can make us do things that we regret. And Spirit wants you to stay in integrity no matter what, because nothing is lost in divine mind. If an injustice is done to you, you'll get justice come back from the universe in a miraculous and marvelous way when you stay in integrity. Okay, so with the Justice, you have the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Pentacles is perfect pair to Justice because in the minor arcana, it's the same principle. So the Justice card as a spiritual concept is the understanding that truth prevails, the laws of karma. In our everyday life, the Six of Pentacles is the representation. So making sure that everything is balanced. If you need to make any decisions about what you need to do or give to someone or action you need to take, make sure it's fair, but also fair to you, because if you're here, you're probably empathic and you're very likely on the spiritual path. So you're really conscious about looking at the situation from that higher perspective. And I think that's what you're doing. So this really, to me, intuitively, is a reminder to you that making sure that this situation is fair to you as well. Now, if this is a higher calling for you and you're following a new spiritual path, it's making sure that you're abundant too. You can follow your higher calling and be a healer, work in areas that support other people, which is beautiful, but also making sure that you're taking care of your own financial abundance, that there's always equal reciprocity, because the universe will support you. So let's say that you want to do some healing work, some charity work, something along those lines. It's about making sure and saying to the universe, I want to do this work, but I also want to be abundant. I want to be rewarded for what I do. So I can see with this reading, there's two scenarios. There's the one scenario where there's an injustice, and then for others of you, it'll be about following your calling and making sure that you're receiving, and you're financially abundant with it. Lovely. So let's find out after the week ahead. So what to expect after that week, after the week. So if you stay strong and stay in your integrity, making sure that you're looking after your own fairness, then we want to find out what's going to happen. Okay. So you have the Nine of Wands. So I just needed to spend a bit of time to read these cards, and I'm going to do that again. But you have the Nine of Wands, with the Six of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So let's see how this fits in to your future. Now, the Nine of Wands is, I feel like this is the surrender that, okay, got it now, good. So that's what the message is. Now, once you've done everything you need to do in this situation, then Spirit wants you to surrender it. So what surrender means is to not think about it, worry about it, wonder how it'll work out, wonder when justice will happen for you. And it's then about surrendering it to God, surrendering it to the universe, and trusting that in the end, justice will prevail. You'll get what you're entitled to, and everything will work out. And once you surrender, you're going to feel a lot lighter, a lot more bright, lighter, brighter, and you'll feel this new flood of emotions. So if this has been a tricky situation for you, once you stay in integrity, then after the end of the week is really surrendering to allowing that justice to happen, and then you'll be feeling lighter, you'll get a new flood of emotions, that new cup coming in from Spirit, and you'll be feeling a lot lighter and brighter, which is awesome. Awesome. Okay, now let's get a angel number for you. What do the angels want to add? And I'm really sorry for you, pile number 1, if this has been the scenario where it's a challenge, because I can see for some of you it has been. And, knowing that everything will actually work out. You have the Star card in your reading, wish fulfillment. So the end result will be exactly what you want, ultimately. And I think after the next week, when you go through the process of staying strong, taking care of yourself, finding out what you need to find out, taking action, and then surrendering. You will be surrendering after you've done everything that you can, and then that new cup from the universe, that new level of emotional fulfillment, and that lightness will return, which is beautiful. Okay. Oh, gorgeous. So we have the angel numbers 777. So if you're seeing repeat sevens, know that the angels are calling to you and letting you know that you're on the right track. They're there by your side. Or maybe for some of you, 7 will be a significant number. And it says, good luck. This message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty. That's right. You'll come out winning from everything that has come your way. It's also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share, yet you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get the message to others. It's beautiful. Then you have 0550. Get some fresh air and call some of your pals over. Take a look around you. There's so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon be involved in an exciting new project, or you will go out on a date. Put your charisma to use everywhere. Spread your charm around, yeah. And that might be important just to lighten, this is a difficult time. But that's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Now let's get a moon message for you, pile number 1. What a beautiful reading. It's really clear. A really good amount of reassurance for the future, which is great. So let's get a moon message. So if you're seeing repeat numbers of 7 around, just keep an eye out for that, because that will be Spirit saying, we're here, we're helping, everything's going to be okay. So what does the moon want to share? Okay, beautiful. Full moon in Virgo, you were good enough. It's gorgeous. Okay, so again, that's with the lion energy. Stay in your strength and integrity. Make sure that you're making sure that your self-worth and self-esteem stays really strong as well. And you are good enough, pile number 1. More than good enough. Always. Lovely. Well, that was a pleasure to give you this reading. I hope it helps you through this time. Justice will prevail. Everything will work out in the end. Stay in your integrity. When you've done all that you can, surrender, get that new flood of emotions come in, and the best is yet to come for you. So that is your reading, pile number 1. Sending you all of my love and light and blessings. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. You have chosen the cat and the amethyst with the word independent. You're a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. And I can already get a sense from your reading that Spirit really wants you to step into your own. I think you're probably the type of person that is outside the box. You've had a different life experience. Maybe you don't conform to the norm. And sometimes that can be a bit of a struggle because naturally we always want to fit in. But this is calling you to step into your own. But of course, we're going to delve a lot deeper. Today is to get your urgent message from Spirit and to find out what they want you to know for the week ahead. But I can already feel this kind of mystical, magical energy and really stepping into out into the world and in your own independent way. But let's find out from the tarot. So we're calling upon the light, the Holy Spirit, the angels, your guides to clarify this reading. An urgent message from Spirit and for the week ahead. I already love this reading. I can feel the energy from it. Very, very magical. And I can see from the cat, it's looking outside. And I think that's maybe what you're doing. It's looking out. Well, what do I want to create? Who do I want to be? What adventures do I want to have? Really thinking about how you want your life to be different and in the most magical and marvelous way. So let's find out. Okay, Spirit, can we have a few more cards and a bit more clarity, please? All right, there we go. Beautiful. Now, your recent past energy is the Page of Pentacles, but in reverse. Now, what I'm getting from this energy is that maybe you've, had a new opportunity and there's been a little setback with it. I have a sense that, maybe it's a new idea or you've started something new and there's just been a little setback, something maybe external to yourself that's kind of got in the way. But I don't think it's a big setback at all. I think it's just been a bit more of an interruption. I'm not getting anything like negative at all from that, but a slight interruption to something that you're wanting to do. Then you have the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is such an amazing card. It actually showed up in pile number 1. So if you're drawn to pile number 1, there might be another message in there for you as well. But the Queen of Wands is the queen of vitality, of energy, of passion. And, that's what I'm getting, that you're coming into your own. And because you're starting to work out what you really, really want in your life, instead of conforming to what you think other people want you to be, to what society wants you to be, even to what society wants you to look like. you're starting to really decide for yourself of who you really are and who you want to be and how you want to live your life. And that's what I'm getting from this energy. She's actually quite a strong queen because she has that kundalini force behind her, that force of spirit. And she's pretty clear on her path, what she wants to do, who she is, and following her passion. So I think you're coming in, I feel that that's a transition that you're going through at the moment. And then later in the week, we have I'll just cover that up for nudity with YouTube, but you have the World card. And the World is the end of a cycle. And it's not just a chapter, it's a book. And that's what I'm feeling for you, is that this is the time where you're really changing yourself so fundamentally and closing the chapter of who you were before. So whether the old version of you was maybe fearful, not feeling good enough, trying to conform, trying to fit in, this is the time where you've closed that chapter. And I think maybe up until this last week, you've been trying to close a chapter, but maybe some of those old patterns, or thoughts or insecurities have been, getting in the way. And this week, by the end of the week, you're actually really closing that chapter. So the old is behind you. You're now stepping into the new. And I can tell that because you then have the Death card. And with the Death, I think it's really letting go of some of the old version of you. And this could be a behavior. It could be a thought process, the way that you see yourself, conforming to others. And Spirit's message actually is that it's time to be really intentional of letting go of those old ways of being and stepping into the new and stepping into your abundance. But let's get some clarity from the tarot. But that's what I'm intuitively getting. It's like now's the time to step into the fullness of your abundance, and Spirit wants you to do that quite intentionally. It's not enough to just, be a different person and change things in your life. You're a master manifester with this Cat card, independence and spiritually intuitive, and you're a healer. So Spirit wants you to be very focused and intentional about stepping into a new phase of abundance and what you really want. And it's so that you can create a really new experience for yourself in your life. Like I said, this is like the close of an old, it's not just a chapter of a book. You've closed a book. You've finished that complete book. You're starting a new book now. That's what they're kind of showing me in the analogy. And let's find out a bit more. So Spirit's message is to be really intentional about it. Oh, exactly. And if you do, you have the 10 of Cups. I've just got the shivers big time, because the reason is I think that your past has been a lot of hardships. I'm even getting really emotional, which never, ever, ever happens in a reading. I think your past has been through a lot of hardships and difficulties, and Spirit wants you to know that has ended. You've ended that cycle. You've ended the cycle where you've had to learn through challenges, through difficulties. I think, Spirit wants you to be so in awe of what you've gone through and what you've overcome. And that now, this is the time where you can actually know, really, really know, that the challenges and the difficulties like they were in the past are behind you. It doesn't mean that things won't happen to help with growth. We still have our tarot moments to make sure that we're on the right path, but it's not going to be in the same way. This chapter, new book, is much more about abundance, meeting the right person if you're looking for love, finding your fulfillment, really becoming the woman, the man that you were meant to be all along, and that your future holds the 10 cups. Now, this was meant to be your 7-day forecast, but, I have to read the cards with how they're coming out. And I guess it's realizing that, that Spirit's saying, well, yes, the next 7 days, but the 7 days is the close. This is actually the point in time where you've closed you've finished the book and starting new. And this is your future. And of course, those 10 cups are whatever you want them to be. For each of us, we're all individual snowflakes, and we all fill those cups with different things. And your cups are going to be unique to you. What it is that brings you love, joy, happiness, fulfillment, personal growth, spiritual connection, whatever that is. And now's the time to look at, okay, what are these cups for me? What do I want to create? Because you're in a really creative, strong manifesting stage. It's amazing. Okay, so let's find out a little bit more. Wow, pile number 2. This is quite an incredible message. Okay. So let's get a message. There is a card on the floor, so I'm just going to see what it is. Yeah, beautiful. So you have the Empress, and you have the King of Wands. Wonderful. So for some of you, now the King of Wands, so you've got the Queen and the King of Wands. Amazing. For some of you, this will be a partnership. So saying that, yes, you'll be a pigeon pair, that soulmate connection that you want, that partnership will be the beautiful reflection of you. So it's like your souls will be really, really aligned. For others of you, if you're not wanting a relationship, this is being in your power and your creative potential. Now, I love the message of this card because this king is a bit different than the other kings. He's a self-made king. And the way that he has, he's come from really humble beginnings where he came from little. He had to work hard and strive, and because he had the humble beginnings, that's made him created a very abundant, strong, entrepreneurial type spirit. And that's the message for you, that all of the past that you've gone through creates the most magnificent, person, man or woman. And that gives you the ability to then create and manifest what you want. So that's really beautiful. All right. So I don't know if I dare to get another card. They're just all the major arcanas here. Then we've got the Queen and the King of Wands, the 10 of Cups. Let's see. Spirit, is there another message? Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. You're really ending the hardships, spilt cups. That's the energy that's behind you now. And actually, what I'm getting from these, because you've got the 10 of Pentacles. So for some of you, it'll be actually using your understanding that you can use all that you've learned from the pain and suffering to either help others, to share that wisdom. So for some of you, you might be doing that, is sharing the wisdom from the things and the experiences that you've been through to help others. Now, that could be in a formal way, like as a healer, but it could be just general, our little acts of kindness where we have empathy for someone down the street, a stranger that we don't know. They're the things that make the difference. And so it's any ways that you can use your past to help other people will be such a blessing. both for yourself and everyone around you. So that's gorgeous. So the main message from Spirit for this week is that this week is the close of the chapter, that you have everything available for you in the future. Stay strong in your intuition. So this might be a time to learn how to be tapped into your intuition a bit more, even your psychic abilities. So if you're wanting to go down that line, you might even find a mentor or, do more meditation to really enhance your psychic abilities as well. But either way, whatever those 10 cups in that future is that you want, it's just looking so, so beautiful and joyful and positive. Now, I would like to get an angel number for you, because with the angel numbers, they're little signs from your higher self, the angels, the universe, saying that I'm here to help you, you're on track. And so let's see what your angel number is. You've got 0330, pole number 2. So 0330. And it says, love, peace, hope, and optimism. Pursue your goals and get what you want. Amazing, amazing. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals. That's right. And what I'm getting for some of you is this new path might be sharing your wisdom from your own experiences, and maybe you'll be speaking that out more. And your throat chakra, the energy that's changing within you will allow you to share more clearly, more authentically, easily. And it might be, to the loved ones around you and to a friend, or it might be on a bigger scale. Either way, both are just as valuable and just as important. Okay, so let's get a moon oracle for you. Yeah, I feel like you're really, really coming into your own. And it's about embracing what feels natural to you, because that's your authentic self and truth. So if you want to be single and that makes you joyful and happy and feels right, that's your path. If you want to be in a relationship, that's your path. If you want to start a community group, all the cups are going to be unique to you. Okay. Gorgeous. Waxing crescent moon. Isn't that just beautiful? And I get the feeling of lilac. I know it's not in the picture, it's the colour, but or lavender and lilac, so that really soothing energy, and I think that's happening in your nervous system. And it says, have faith in your dreams. So have faith in your dreams, pile number 2. Beautiful, beautiful reading, very etheric, which is just gorgeous. So that's wonderful. Know that this week is quite a important end of the book, beginning of the new. How wonderful. And Spirit is here supporting you. Spirit absolutely loves you and honours your journey. Getting emotional again. I know it's the right message when that happens. Really honours your journey. And Spirit wants you to honour your journey. Wonderful. All right. That was a blessing to give you this reading. I am sending you all of my love and light. And I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye. Hi, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Eagle and Mastery with the Rose Quartz. Gorgeous. You are on a spiritual journey, beyond the sky. Let go of your past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. Wow, that's huge. Okay, so if you're drawn to this pile, this is your message we will get from Spirit, and also for the next 7 days, what you can expect. So let's begin with the tarot. And what I'm getting from this energy is that, behind this eagle, we can see this intense, vibrant yellow light. And, for me, that represents the sun. I get a big sense of freedom from this card. So maybe something has recently changed for you and you found your freedom, and that's what I'm getting. So sometimes for some of you, it could be a situation. Something has changed, maybe the end of a relationship or leaving a work situation, whatever it is that maybe felt like it was keeping you trapped has been in your recent past, and now you're feeling completely free, which is beautiful. But let's go to the tarot to find out more and what Spirit wants you to know. Wow, that was quick. Okay, yeah. So again, in your recent past, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, he's the knight that stands still on the horse, not like the other knights that are, moving forward and they're in an action picture. With the Knight of Pentacles, we can see standing still. But the wonderful thing about the knight is he's moving forward. He is actually moving forward, but he's moving forward mindfully and aware of his environment. And that's what I'm getting the message from you, is that you will move forward at times, but you're knowing when to move forward and when to wait. So that is a very wise energy, because unlike the other knights, the Knight of Wands that can just go full pelt and take action and not really think things through, this knight is wise. He's weighing up the environment, the situation. He's knowing when it's best to wait, and then he'll move forward at the right time. And that's what I'm getting for your energy. So that's just confirmation that the way that you're handling this situation is really right. Now, what's drawing to me into this card is the water, the still water. So that's telling me that you're acting and maybe taking time and not taking action, and then taking action, but you're not being overrun by emotions, which is really good. That water is nice and still. So you're staying still in your emotions, you're acting just from wisdom, assessing the situation, knowing when to wait, when to take action, and that's a really, really good thing. So that's your recent past and maybe how you're feeling at the moment. And let's find out a little bit more. But he has that pentacle, so he is moving towards, he's got a goal. He has a goal. Then in coming into this week, you have the Hangman. Now the Hangman, because I'm tuning into, it has a lot of different meanings, but I'm tuning into the meaning in your reading, pile number 3. Now the Hangman is about having a higher perspective. It's a major arcana, so it's really seeing things from an enlightened point of view. We can see things and understand the 3D, what's happening just in our world with people, situations, but this is taking that step or that pause and looking at from a higher perspective. And that's what I think you're doing, which is very wise. What I'm getting with your energy is that you're actually a very wise, probably old soul. So whether it's this lifetime or other lifetimes, you've been through a lot. And because you've been through a lot in the past and you've navigated those challenges, you're coming into whatever this is for you with wisdom, with patience, with smarts, not allowing, emotions and the conflicts that might be going on to dictate what you're doing. You're being very, very patient. And this is telling me that you're taking a step back, or Spirit wants you to keep that higher perspective of the situation. So what the higher perspective is all about is, what is my soul path? What is the teaching? What is Spirit telling me I should do? What is the long-term outcome that I want from this situation? And that's why maybe you've got the Knight of Pentacles. You're having this pause, and Spirit's confirming that that's the right thing. Take the pause. So that's kind of coming into the week, the beginning of the week. Now, let's find out what's next, what's going to happen later in the week, and then we'll get some clarity on this Hangman to find out what the pause is about or anything you need to know about it. So Spirit, can we please have the next step? What will be happening for pile number 3 towards the end of the week? It's really showing me actually that you've become a master. You know, that no matter what trial, tribulation, decision that you've got to make in life, that you really have mastered the art of dealing with life. You've got higher wisdom, high perspective. You've worked on challenges before, so you're kind of working through this very, I've mastered this, challenge before, and I'm just going to do the same step-by-step process this time. So you're really rising above any 3D disturbance. So for some of you, it could be a relationship conflict. It could be, any difficulties that you're having. It could be health. It could be finances. It could be with people. But this time it's got a very different energy, whatever the situation is that you're dealing with, because, you're rising above it. You're seeing it from a high perspective. You're taking your time. You're using your wisdom. And that's incredible, actually. So you've really mastered the art of living. And great. So then towards the end of the week, beautiful. Now you have the Star card with the Hermit. Now the Star card is, so I just had to cover that up for nudity with YouTube. But the Star card is your wish fulfillment and renewal. So it's amazing card, and actually within 4 cards of the tarot you have 3 out of the 4 major arcanas. So when you have this card that's your signified card saying mastery, you are a master. You have mastered the art of going within, rising above the situation, seeing things from a higher perspective to get an enlightenment, and knowing what to do, how to move forward, when not to move forward, what action to take. And the Hermit is a beautiful card because, this is telling me that you have the wisdom to know that if I look within, I get my answers. And the second message that Spirit wants you to know for this week ahead is sometimes we need to block out the voices of other people. And that might be important for you this week, because it's a reminder that you have the answers. You are a master. You've been through so much, and you are navigating this situation perfectly. And that's what Spirit wants you to know, is to really trust yourself, because the way that you're handling this situation is masterful. You're mastering it. You're doing everything right. You're taking all the right steps. You're pausing when you need to pause, or not taking action. And this is a reminder to look within for your answers, and maybe it's time to block out the voices opinions and judgments on other people. So I think pile number 3 for a lot of you, this is a circumstance, a situation that you're kind of navigating, and Spirit wants you to know that you're navigating it perfectly. Trust yourself and your way of approaching it. That's really the main message. Because sometimes we can get like easily swayed, you know what's right, you're handling it well, and then if other people are coming in and giving their own judgments, opinions or ideas, that's the only warning that Spirit has for you for the next week, is don't let others sway the way that you're handling things, because you're handling it really well. Okay, too many cards, so let's ask Spirit for just one. Spirit, can we just have one card, please? What comes after the Hermit and the Star? I think you're handling your emotions really well with the Star card, because we can see, she's purifying her emotions. So if the emotions are coming up, you're settling them. You're not getting carried away with them. And the Star card for you is the reminder of that, divine purpose, renewal. Feel your emotions if they come up, but they're not going to be overwhelming. Not going to be overwhelming you. You're even mastering your emotions, which is good, because I think some of you might have in the past shut them down. But this is showing me that you're not ignoring your emotions about the situation. You're just letting them come up and then seeing that high perspective and moving through them. I would love to know what this situation is for you, but because your reading has so many major arcanas, it's telling me that the actual 3D situation for each of you, pile number 3, will be very different, but it's the same spiritual understanding, that mastery of what you're going through, and that confirmation that you're making the decisions and the actions that you're doing are perfect. Oh, gorgeous. In your future, you have the Fool card. Now, this again is amazing, another major arcana. I am not surprised, again, why you've got Mastery as your significator card, because this whole reading is mastery. Mastering all of those major arcanas, those major spiritual lessons. And I think that everything that you've been through in the past have given you those spiritual lessons. And in this particular circumstance, you've put them all together. Okay, this is what I learned from the past and what worked. The spiritual laws of trusting in the universe, going within, equal reciprocity, karma, being in love and not fear. And you've put all of that learning into this current situation, whatever's going on for you at this time, which is beautiful. And the main message from Spirit is to know that, one, everything will work out. So if you just needed that extra confirmation, and this is you feeling like you can start afresh. So after whatever this is, you'll be starting afresh and being in that really good, amazing, full energy. And it's just about making sure that you've mastered this. So don't let other people, advice, or anything that you hear sway you from the path and the actions that you're taking. Because you probably know more than other people, and you certainly do about your current situation. So it's amazing. What an incredible spiritual enlightenment. All of that wisdom that you've learnt from the past is culminating for you to master this situation, and it's going to be a beautiful new beginning for you. Now, let's pile number 3 get a angel number for you, because the angel numbers can be little reminders that you're on track. So they're repeat numbers, And if you're seeing any repeat numbers over the next week, that's going to be confirmation. But let's see what your angel number is. So you have 0110. If you're seeing that combination of numbers anywhere, know that that's spirit saying, we're here, you're on the right track, trust yourself, everything is working out for you, and we're supporting you. It says you're blessed with talents and skills that make it easy for you to stand out from the crowd. Embrace what makes you different. That's your path to success. Your dreams will soon come true. Exactly, your dreams will soon come true. So that might be a reminder for what's happening next in your life, to trust in your uniqueness. What makes you you stands out in the crowd. And I don't think you've seen that about yourself before, so maybe this is the time to really see how much you've mastered. Instead of looking at your life and looking at the mistakes, looking at how you've mastered them. No matter what hardship you've had and what you've been through, you've actually dealt with them so masterfully. And a lot of those situations from your past weren't your fault. You know, they were just part of your soul journey so that you could master all of these understandings, to trust, to understand how the universe works, to know to look within. And they've all been such a benefit to your spiritual and personal growth. I'm so proud of you. I just get this sense of awe and pride, and you know, the best is yet to come. I think, you know, you'll come out just as a completely different person. I feel like for some of you, this is like the last big test, you know, and you have passed, or you're passing. You really are passing because of the way that you've handled it, and you'll come out really renewed. It will be a fresh new start. The Fool is just, you know, he's got no baggage. He's taking the leap of faith, and he's going for it, starting completely fresh with the sun behind him, you know, spirit supporting his journey. That's just gorgeous. So let's get a moon message for you, pile number 3. What an incredible time. It doesn't really surprise me that this is such a big spiritual, you know, awakening, mastery, because, you know, looking at the astrology and all the planets, it's incredible what's happening within all of us. But I think particularly for you, this is, it's a huge, huge time of mastery. So this situation, although it might not feel like it at the moment, it's a wonderful spiritual growth opportunity. Really testing all that you've learnt and all that you know. So you have time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio, and show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. And this is a card I really think reflects you. It's time to just show the world who you really are and being yourself. Now, the time to release negativity, I think this might be the negativity of people around you. So just making sure that that's not affecting you emotionally, physically, energetically. So you might just need to do some detoxing, even like going under the shower and just allowing any negativity that's, you know, seeped into your aura to just be released. But there's nothing negative in this reading at all. Of course, whatever this is might be a bit challenging, but you're mastering it. Incredible, pile number 3. So I am sending you all of my love and light and blessings for this. You're doing everything right. Spirit just wants you to know, and you're mastering this situation. Have a beautiful week and month and year ahead. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Bye.